It's a date life.
Yay, we finally got it right. Got on the same page.
Yeah.
Listen, it's that time of year. It is holiday time. Merry Christmas. Jesus is born. And we just wanted to come on and do a quick date life and just encourage marriages and families. You may be going through a difficult time. I know it may not be a Merry Christmas for everyone. If you're going through some difficult relationship problems, maybe you're contemplating separation, but we want you to know and be encouraged that it is worth it. It is worth the fight. Whatever you're going through, whatever decisions you got to make, whatever you got to change, we've been sharing for months about being intentional.
Yeah.
Well, we have our children here with us today because this is another reason to be intentional, because you don't just affect your, just you and your spouse, but then it's generations and the next generation. So we just want to introduce them to you. On my far right is Michael.
Michael, yes.
This is Gabriel, Tamar, and Hopi. And so we kind of want them just to share right quick about their perspective on how marriage or how our marriage affected them directly.
So who's going first?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
Tamar's going first. This is my firstborn.
Growing up watching my parents, I noticed that they got married to be married to stay married. It wasn't, okay, let me just get a feel for this, see how it works. If I don't want to stay in, I could always, file for divorce. For my husband and I, before we even got married, we said divorce is not an option. Personalities are different, but you work through them. Situations get hard, but you still work through them. And so, you have to first make sure God is at the forefront.
Yeah.
Because really, in the end of the day, you're pleasing Him.
Yes.
By going,
That's good.
if you're having issues with your spouse, go to God.
Yeah.
It's a simple, but you have to work it. But it is a simple thing to do is go to God for your spouse.
That's good.
Because then God will actually work on you too at the same time that
Oh,
you
that's
go
good.
to God.
Yeah.
For your spouse.
That's good.
So, like Monica and Gary, God doesn't work on the relationship, He works on people.
I like that.
Yes.
So, with my husband and I, we both talk about continually being willing.
Yes,
Being
that's
willing
good.
to do whatever it takes in a relationship. So, at any point, if one or the other are no longer willing, that's when you start having problems. So, that's one thing that we saw from their example and something that we keep in the forefront of our relationship as well.
Wow, that's good.
That's
stuff.
good.
Okay.
One thing that I saw often was with my mom and dad that they had each other's back all the time. That there wasn't kind of a two-facedness. Like we saw that one supported the other just as strongly. It was a 10 and 10 or 100, whatever metric you want to use, but it was always kind of that level of, hey, I got your back regardless of what's going on. And that was encouraging to see, because they'll be the first to tell you, hey, if we want to do our own thing, they're good because they are together for, they made a commitment before we even got here. So that's always great to see from your parents, and that's helped me within my marriage to always have my spouse's back.
That's good. That's good.
Great.
And my baby boy.
All right.
For me, my parents are completely two different characters, two different individuals with two different personalities. But the one thing that they always are is they're always in sync, even if it doesn't look like that. And so that's one thing I'll take with me, and I think about as I think about my future marriage is always having that patience with the other individual every single day, every single year, every single decade. And continue to, you fall in love, but continue to build in love. So that's one thing that I always think about and what resonated really with me as I think about my parents and their relationship and the example that they have set for me and all my siblings.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's very good.
Great.
That's good.
Dudley?
Oh, I'm just so overwhelmed. But this is good because this is the reason why we desired for our children to have that example. Even when we first got married, we just going to do it God's way,
Yes.
and leave a legacy, an
Yes.
example that every marriage doesn't have to end in divorce. Every marriage doesn't have to have a lot of problems. Oh, bless God! You know what? Why not just have some fun? We're gonna be here for the rest of our lives. Just have fun. And yeah, you will have situations where you need to deal with some things. Then deal with the things. Then go back to having fun. And so all I got to say is stay with it. Trust God, and He will help you walk through this thing. And be willing to change. Don't ever lock into your own way and your own desires. Be willing to change, and be willing to put put your wife in front of you or your husband in front of you, and support them. And you'll find out that that's exactly what God wanted to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that is great. Hopefully, great wisdom. Again, we just wanted to come on and to encourage you, because we know every family is not postcard picture perfect. You know, certain things looks one way on the outside, another thing is going on the inside. But we want to say it is worth it.
It is.
Not just for you guys, for each other, but for your children and your children's children.
Yes.
You want to establish a seed of righteousness. It doesn't matter if you've been divorced, if your parents were divorced, or if they were never married. That doesn't matter. We're talking about today and now, and the power of the Word of God.
Yes.
So in this holiday season, from our family to yours, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas, and also say,
It's a date life.